Hello, welcome back. Today I wanted to do a little Q&A and just kind of give you guys the opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. But before I start, I wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody that has been so sweet and kind and supportive. It really means a lot to me because this is something that I never thought I would be able to do, and I'm doing it. I'm trying. So with that, let's get into the video. Okay, first question. Will you have an upload schedule or just whenever you choose to dilly-dally with the little... I'll put them on the screen. This is actually a good question because I'm not too sure. I don't really plan on having an upload schedule simply because I'm terrible at scheduling, I'm terrible at deadlines, and I feel like it would be really overwhelming for me to stick to something like that. So, no, I don't think so. But I do plan to upload at least 2 to 3 videos a month just to like keep the momentum going. I think that my next video will probably be senior sunrise because I'm about to be a senior. First day of high school. But I digress. Yeah, I don't think so. I could have just said that. Anyways, next question is, can we get that skincare routine though? That's how it, yes, you can, hold on. Hi, we're currently in my bathroom so that I can actually show you guys my skincare routine. This is something that people ask me a lot in person as well. So, but I will say my skincare routine is not very lengthy. You don't need a lengthy skincare routine to have good skin. But I start off by wiping my face with micellar water. Regardless of whether or not I have makeup on, I wipe it anyways because there's still dirt in your pores. So I use micellar water, but specifically this one, the pink one, because rose water works as a toner. So I feel like I'm getting a 2-in-1 by using that micellar water specifically. And then I wash my face with this, specifically the cream de foam one, just because I like bubbles. But I wash my face with that, and then once I'm done and everything is dry, I use this moisturizing cream. I'm a big fan of Michael Cera, but I do recommend getting the big tub of this because I use this every day, and you can barely see. There's a fuck ton in there, trust me. Same with my Aquaphor big tub. I've used this every day for the past year. It is still really full, and I also use that too. Yeah, but that's for my lips. I feel like that was kind of a given. But that's my skincare routine on a daily basis, except when I am going outside, I use this for sunscreen just because even if it's not hot outside, the sun is still there and it still damages your skin. So that's my skincare routine. Okay, we're back in my room. Next question is, what hair dye do you usually use? This, if you guys don't know me, I used to dye my hair a lot my junior year because, like, I don't know, I always had a different hair color, but never mind that. The hair dye that I usually use is Iro Iro. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so don't ask me, but the hair dye that I usually use is Iro Iro. It lasts really long for me, and it feels like a little conditioning treatment. So that's the hair dye I use. And bleach that I use is Sally Beauty's Bond Bar bleach because I don't know, it feels like my hair is healthier than like regular box bleach. Do not use box hair dye, do not use box bleach. Okay. Next question is, can you throw it in a circle? No. Next question is, where were you on January 6, 2021? I was here in my bedroom And that's all you're gonna get. Next. This is not a question. This is a picture of we from Pentagon. That was from my boyfriend. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Next question. What would you say was the part in your life that made you who you are today? Good question, but I personally don't think that there's any specific part in my life that made me the kind of person that I am today. I feel like when I was younger and growing up, I was very ignored, and I didn't really have a lot of friends. There wasn't a lot of people that I could surround myself with. I was bullied all throughout elementary to high school. And I think that didn't really contribute to me as a person, but indulging myself into the internet and just being myself online is something that has contributed to who I am in person, because I've been bullied online, I've been bullied in person, but eventually it gets to a point where you're just like, why do you care so much about what other people have to say about you? And if you revel in your own self-pity and you revel in what other people are saying about you, then you're not going to be happy. So eventually I just kind of ignored it and let myself be myself, and I think that that's something that led me to be the person I am today. I've always been a very nervous and anxiety ridden person, but now I kind of have the courage to put myself out there and let myself post online, let myself do whatever I want, and that's something that's a very big part of me, I would like to say. I never really had the courage to do it before, but growing up I realized it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Nobody really cares. And there's that. Next question is, have you ever experienced paranormal activity? Story time, if so. Short answer, kind of. I go out really late at night alone. I was at the park past 10. There's a park right across the street from my house. And I was sitting on the top of the slides, and there was nobody there, given that it was past 10 p.m. But I turned around because I heard the swings make noise, and I'm a really nervous person. I'm not good with noise. So I turned around. The swings were completely moving on their own, and there was nobody there. There was nothing going on around me. So I was just really confused, because I don't think that it was paranormal. It might have just been the wind, but it was fully swinging. So that's somewhat of a paranormal story. I don't think that I've encountered anything other than that, but yeah. Okay, next question is, how was seeing the one and only before me? It was great, thank you. Next two questions are from my boyfriend. Are you a boy kisser? Yes. Do you like me? Yeah. How do you identify orientation-wise? Good question. I don't know. I like to say that I'm bisexual, because I feel like that's the only label that really fits. But if you think about it, I'm probably just queer, because I don't really care. I think labels are stupid. Same with my gender. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you don't think that I'm a girl, you can think whatever you want to think about me. I'm just not a girl, and that's what I know. But when it comes to orientation and sexuality and gender identification, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I don't think that it should matter. I think that it's stupid. I think that it's a concept that people have forced onto us, and I don't think that it should matter. Okay, anyways, next question is, what do you plan on doing in the future? I don't know. I plan on going to college, university for psychology. But other than that, I don't know where I really want to branch off in my psychology. Sorry. But anyways, I think I'm leaning towards working with children, being a child psychologist, because I feel like if you nip the problem in the bud when it is still developing, then it's a lot easier and you won't have to deal with it as much down the line. And I just want to help kids like me do better. And that's my goal. Next question is, how did you meet your boyfriend? You know, through the grapevine. Next question is, what is a Boricua? Boricua is anybody of Puerto Rican descent. I'm assuming that this was asked because I have that in my bio. I'm Puerto Rican. Where's my flag? Oh, it's above my bed, I can't show you. Next question, do you have any siblings? I do. I have 2 brothers. One is younger than me, one is older than me. And then I also have 2 best friends that I refer to as my brothers, because that's the dynamic that we have. So if you ever see me referring to one of my friends as my brothers, they're not actually my brother. Okay, and then I think this is the last question. How was the MCR show, and can you go more in depth on your experience with the band? Yes, the MCR show was amazing. I think I said that in my last video, but genuinely, this sounds really stupid of me to say, but when it comes to My Chemical Romance, I think that they have saved my life, because it sounds cringe, okay, but growing up, I was not a good kid. I used to be an addict, I'll say that, but I would watch Gerard Way's interviews, and he would say things that would make me reflect on myself and the way that I viewed things, and I realized that I was being an extremely self-destructive person, and that if I ever wanted to make something of myself, I couldn't do that. And I would like to thank My Chemical Romance for saving my life before I hit rock bottom. And I'm doing a lot better now, but that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you all for watching. I will make another video soon. Trust. Thank you all for the questions, and I will see you guys in the next video.